My name's Zoe and I recently completed the drawing year. I'm not from a traditional art background, I'm somewhere between arts and sciences. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do the drawing year, to really focus on the art. I think I was hoping that the drawing year would give me more of a direction in here. I wasn't really seeking an outcome, but more to feel closer to my own practice, because I find it's quite hard making in the world we live in today, and being in such a really small, isolated group of people really helped me build that relationship. My artistic practice is very much stemming from the British Museum, where I've spent a lot of time, and particularly Greek pottery. I think what compels you about pottery is that it outlasts everything, and the same themes that we're seeing on these pots are happening today. You know, there's a timelessness to them. But also when you break down the compositional elements, there's such an undulating sense of flow that combines these sometimes like disparate elements together. So I'm really engaging in both the shapes of the pots, but also the imagery on them, perhaps how the forms make up the shapes rather than the drawing of a person. But in my current practice right now, I'm seeing how I can take that a step further. I think sometimes people get a bit confused where they see ceramics and I'm on the drawing school. But if anything, drawing is the heart of ceramics. And whilst it might not be pen on paper, it's the pin in clay. It's as tactile and as immediate as drawing, if not more, for me sometimes. I'd say my approach to drawing has definitely changed in a way I couldn't have anticipated, probably. I think one thing that happens on the drawing year is you make so many drawings to the point you don't know what to do with them. And it really empowered me to work from my drawings and with them. And that opens up so many possibilities. I think one of the most important things I learned on the year is the role of light in my work, which was something I hadn't really paid much attention to before, as I think it can convey a truth and perhaps a physicality in the way that light's hitting something. But also I've really learned compositional elements in a way that I hadn't before. So you do the National Gallery course when you're going and looking at the old masters, and it's amazing. I spent a lot of time with Michelangelo in there, but also more kind of destructive ways of working with things. So collage, putting things together in new ways really, really helped me. I think I found being taught by so many different tutors really, really powerful, because there are so many different voices anywhere in the art world, and to have different ideas and opinions on your own stuff is good. And it helps you almost find your own voice and your own opinion on your work. And a criticality, I guess, to know what's working and what isn't, and you become more reliant on yourself in many ways, which is never a bad thing to have. I was surprised by how hard the year was. It's a really, really intense year. I think I was surprised by how much my work changed. As looking over it, I almost don't recognise my earlier stuff, but there is something in there. And actually, it's amazing how much you can develop in a year of focused attention. I did need some support during the second term, as I think I had a bit of a wobble, just with commuting and working. But they're very human as an institution. If you say I'm struggling and I need to kind of just pull back, no questions are asked. They just ask, what can we do to help? And that really helped ease things along. I think one thing I'd add about the drawing year is it challenges you in the best possible way, because it's quite easy to get siloed into this way of working, and after a matter of time to challenge that, it doesn't seem possible. So I found when I came to the drawing year, you just surrender yourself, you try things you've never done. You have some courses you might not like so much, some you absolutely love, and it's this kind of just machine of like information and ideas which I found the most useful. And they're going to stay with me forever. Like, I think it was going to take about 5 years to process what I got out of that 1 year.